You didn't like my Kelsey Plum video?
Oh man, we're live, but I got some DMs about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, from a couple people.
Nobody cares me.
Yeah, they're like, I mean, we got people in, but they were like, "Oh man, is he really doing this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's Josh."
I had to go back to my roots, man.
Yeah, I was like, "Yeah, that's him, man." And they're like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah."
That's hella funny. You can tell me who we're late next. We're on later.
I'll tell you after the live.
I do it. Yeah, no, because like, dude, the Kelsey Plum video. Like, I posted her. Like, she's an athlete. She makes good money. Obviously, Waller dated her. But the thing was, like, these dudes with wives were talking shit about her. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, and somebody's like, oh, that big girl just caught strays. And I was like, I started fucking dying.
Brutal.
Absolutely. But my favorite was Marv. I should have led with Marv.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't deny or what is it? What do they say? I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth on that one.
People are already T-Mac at 6. People are already on. We're going live. We're trying some new stuff. I think we're going to go to 7 o'clock during the off season, have some fun with it. It's nice out. I mean, we were talking about, we can hop right in. The Raiders haven't announced Geno Smith as our quarterback yet, and they haven't signed him to an extension. So, what do you think's going on?
Yeah, just a little thing real quick. You do have a slight echo today.
Echo. Oh, because my mic is like fucking 4 feet away. There we go. Is that better?
A lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, shit. We announced Ian Thomas as our tight end, but we have not announced our quarterback that we traded for yet. That is, I mean, it's concerning. People are saying it's the contract. Vinny's been saying it's the contract, but Vinny's been wrong fucking more times.
According to Vinny, we should have Ben Johnson and who else did he say at quarterback? I can't remember.
Shador's a lock.
So I don't trust anything Vinny. If Vinny was a major league player, he would be playing for the Savannah Bananas right now. He wouldn't even be in the pros. Batting 100.
Yeah, it's super concerning in my opinion. I mean, I don't know if it's contract. I mean, I seen some. I think Just Blog Baby did a report, and they're like, these are maybe the 3 reasons why he hasn't, and one of them made the most sense was probably they're using each other as leverage right now.
Yeah,
but I mean, you already traded for the guy. I mean, if you're gonna pay him, might as well pay him now. You know what I mean?
So with me, I'm taking notes too because I forgot I gotta do videos on this shit. For me, I see it more or less is they talked. Obviously, Geno wants a new contract. He only has a 1-year deal. I think they've talked. I don't think they've agreed on a number. And if it drags out and Sanders is there at 6, Geno's going to lose all of his leverage. So
yeah,
if I were him, I would sign. Now, that's the whole thing, like they joke about the Cowboys, they wait too long. Geno's waiting too long because if there's any good quarterback that falls or somebody that they think they can roll with, he's going to lose all of his leverage and he might not even get a new deal if that happens. Yeah. So
I agree 100%. I mean, right now he got traded on a 1-year deal. Yeah. They can literally just, hey, you're going to train this guy and you can figure it out next year.
Yeah. And I honestly, his contract is set up for the trade to be beneficial to the Raiders. And if the most Raider fucking thing we can do is sign him to a 4-year extension. So, I mean,
also a very Raider thing to do is to back out, but I don't think they will. Yeah. I'm just throwing shit out
maybe
there.
He stubs his toe coming into the, stadium or something like that and doesn't pass the physical. But that's the other thing, he could have a delay. There could be an injury. There could be contract negotiations. There could be like he's not happy. Like there's so many things we don't know what's going on, but it is awkward to say the least that they haven't announced them. Had a press conference because a lot of Raider Nation is happy after Jimmy G, after Minshew, after AOC. A lot of Raider Nation is happy we got him. So I would announce him with Pete and be like, "Hey, we're here to win," and they haven't done that, which is it's very awkward.
It's so weird to see. You traded for this player. You made big national news. It's not like we traded for. A backup player. This is supposed to be our starting quarterback.
Yeah.
And we have not even had a press conference for him yet.
Yeah.
And it's been 2 weeks. It's been enough time to say, hey, what's going on?
Yeah, I think once they actually agree on a contract, they'll have the presser. Because if Gino had a press conference today, what do you think the first question is going to be? Hey,
Yeah,
what's your
yeah,
intention? And it's going to take away from the team and what he's been doing and developing, and who he's talked to and things like that. You heard Roberts. Roberts was signed, and then from there you saw, hey, I got everybody's number. I'm going to contact everybody. There was no like, are you having a contract dispute?
Yeah.
Do you want more money? Are you going to ask for a trade next year? Are you going to sit out if you don't have a contract? Those are the questions people would ask. Probably not Hondo Carpenter, but like actual real reporters.
Yeah. No, the other thing too with this Geno situation, I mean, obviously it came out today that Russell Wilson was signing with the Giants. So Shador might be there at 6. I mean, like you said, leverage. And right now there's a lot of leverage on the Raiders side.
And most people have us drafting Genty or T-Mac, and there's probably like it's I would say it's like basically like 40-40-20. Like we know Genty or T-Mac, one of those guys is going to be there. Yeah. Guaranteed. One will be there. We're going to get one or the other. Yeah. And in the other 20-25% of the drafts, you're seeing Shador follow us. So I told people there's a real possibility Shador falls because he's not going to play in Cleveland. Like, rule that out. And the only team in front of us needs a quarterback is the Giants. That's it.
Mm-hmm. And now they got Jameis Winston and Russell Wilson. So I don't know what they're doing.
I mean, Winston's going to compete for quarterback on. What was Wilson's deal? I didn't even look that up.
It was a 1-year deal. I think $16 million guaranteed with incentives up to 21, I believe.
Oh my God. I would have took Russell Wilson on that deal over Geno Smith. Are you fucking kidding me?
Someone clipped
so maybe that's why they're not.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
$40 million. Like, hey, Russ is a more accomplished quarterback. He only got 16. Fields got what, 10?
Yeah, Fields got about 10. I think maybe 10.
Rodgers hasn't signed because they probably we're not going to give you $45 million. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Actually, his contract is a 1-year, $10 million guarantee, but with a chance to earn $21 million. So he got about 10 a year without.
And if his numbers aren't outrageous with his guarantees, he'll hit them. He'll get 3,500 yards. He'll get 20 touchdowns. He'll probably get 8 to 10 wins. Because I mean, he's gonna have Malik Neighbors now. So
yeah.
Malik Neighbors is about to be a top fantasy pick.
Yeah, and they're saying even, I mean, if you guys follow gambling lines, Travis Hunter is the heavy favorite right now to go to the Giants. I believe he went to -200 today.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
Our Giant? I can't remember. Giants fourth overall, third. Oh, no. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, so I mean, the draft should be fun. I still have no idea who we're taking. I don't think we take Gentry. I would like it. I just don't know if we do.
I don't think it's smart because in the second round, you got to think, okay, a first round draft pick, is Genty going to be that much better than somebody like Judkins? Is he going to be that much better? Is it going to be a elite Hall of Fame guy versus a bum? No, they're probably going to be both productive. Hitting on a Hall of Fame running back, it doesn't happen very often. So, and you look at a lot of running backs they're drafted in the second, third round. It's not all first round guys. I mean, Saquon's a little bit different, but he had his downtime, had some shit years with New York, and then bounced back with Philly. So, it's. I don't think we're going to draft Genty just based on it. It seems more and more likely we're going to get a wide receiver or cornerback.
I can see us doing T-Mac. I don't know. I'm still kind of holding out hope that maybe they go Sanders. I'm a Sanders fan. If you guys
if he's there, man.
I mean, shit. He's 22 years old. I mean, he's been born into the spotlight. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. There's a sign that holds out. Question: do you think the Giants still take Shador? I don't know what the fuck the Giants are doing.
I mean, the Giants
in a nice way. In a nice way, the Giants are just. People think we're dysfunctional. The Giants are her. Twice us.
Again, my favorite quote of Hard Knocks. It's not, is somebody going to pay Saquon? It's not like he's going to run for 2,000 yards or anything.
That's a good one.
I was like, oh, you fucked up.
Yeah, I think Shador's going to be a dog. I really do. I think he's going to be a great quarterback in the NFL. I mean, that's my opinion.
I think it'll take some time for him to develop. I think he's the most NFL ready. I think Cam has more intangibles. I've said that before. Same with Dart. I think they have higher ceilings because of their athletic ability. But I think Shador, I mean, how do I word this? I think as we see Sanders on the back of his name, we think he's going to be this amazing athlete. He's going to be a West Coast accurate quarterback. That's what he is. His deep
Very
ball
good.
is not the
He's
best.
gonna be very good in the pocket. He's gonna have a high
His deep
completion
ball is
percentage.
not the greatest right now. He has to improve on it. If you watch his film, Hunter's coming around for a lot of those balls. Hunter's jumping a lot for him. He's coming back for him. So his deep ball has to improve. He's a West Coast quarterback, but we're not used to seeing that from somebody that's supposed to be athletic or coming from the Sanders name,
Yeah.
So
yeah. Thanks for tapping in, Zachary from San Antonio. Gotta love it. I got a message the other day, dude. The guy was like, I watch your YouTube videos from Ireland. I was like, no shit. Like, wow.
I've been there. Ireland's fucking awesome. I went to the Guinness factory.
That's dope. But
Yeah.
we appreciate it. We appreciate it. We do. But yeah, so we don't really have topics set up today. Usually Josh does that. We're going with the flow.
I was playing PlayStation, bro. I got a new game.
You got what?
I got a new video game, so I've been playing that.
Which one?
It's called Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Oh wow, that sounds like a Kingdom Come.
Come, COME.
Oh,
no homo.
Yeah, so we're trying to test out the 7 o'clock. Bakersfield, California. Love it. From Gabe. That's what's up. Are you a Derek Carr fan, Gabe?
You can be Josh Allen fan too. He's from down there too.
He's from Fireball.
Yeah, a little bit further south.
A little bit different.
But yeah, I mean, we got a lot of I'd say a lot of time to see what we're going to do. It's seeing more and more likely we're going to go defense and wide receiver as we don't pick any up in a free agency. Diggs came off the market. There's still Cooper. There's still Moore. There's still Allen. And Lockett too as well. All guys, fuck their car. All guys that can join us. But if we don't sign a high priority wide receiver, I can see us really signing some guys. So,
and I sent you a DM earlier. I mean, Ricky White from UNLV, he improved.
Yeah, we were both talking about him. Like, we're like, oh man, he might have the pro day, 3rd round, and he ran like a 4.65. I was like, I don't know what the fuck happened. And then he comes in his pro day and runs a 4.4. We're like, Jesus Christ, like that's
huge
a huge
difference.
difference.
Huge.
So,
I think he's gonna be a dog. I've watched a lot of UNLV football, sadly, and I think he's gonna be real good. So I wouldn't mind the Raiders taking a flyer on him. DJ, you posted Turner today, right?
Who
was that? You? Yeah.
Oh yeah. DJ Turner left yesterday. He declined his contract. So, and people were like, "Oh, he sucked anyways." It's like he's a 3rd, 4th option special teamer. Like, you need guys like that, and we don't have anybody to replace them. So we have no wide receivers or no linebackers. Like that's a major issue right now. So, we've been talking a lot on Twitter. The thing is right now, it's like, okay, the way the team is set up, what are our needs? Do we really need an elite wide receiver? And the answer is no. We could trade back, get a cornerback or get a linebacker, and then still address the wide receiver and the running back position. So to me, that's a real possibility. I'd be more than happy if they traded back and got Campbell and then got an additional second and addressed Judkins. He's going to be there in the beginning of the second, most likely, or the best wide receiver available, which could be Trey Harris, Ricky White. It could be, oh my God, the guy from Iowa State. I always forget his name. But there's a lot of talent out there in the 2nd round. And if we stack 2nd round picks, that's like getting a 1st round talent. So,
yeah, linebacker as well in the draft from Just Reeling. We definitely need to address the linebacker position in some way, shape, form. If we roll out with these 2 linebackers right now, I am not hopeful.
We're toast.
We're toast. There's a lot of holes, man. I mean, I posted earlier today as well because I seen a tweet. I don't know how true it is. It's from a credible guy. He runs one of the blog pages for the Raiders. I don't know. He said that Mark Davis had dinner with Arch Manning in Vegas a few weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah.
And I posted just, talking shit. I was like, with the way we're loading this offseason, that we're going to probably have the 1st pick next year. And people didn't like that. People did not like that tweet.
Yeah. and the problem is that Gino puts us just over the top of being a bottom team. We're going to be mid. And I would say I'm new to Twitter. Twitter is very eye-opening how toxic and how gluck a lot of Raider fans are. They are very they gas all these players up. Oh, this guy's this guy's that. And I posted today too. I'm like, watch. I was like, Raiders search history the past 2 days is whatever that guy's name is related to The Rock, and then who the fuck is Ian Thomas. And I was like, and people were like, yeah, I like this guy. Da, da, da. I'm like, you had no fucking clue who either of these players were. 99% of fans had no idea. Like one was a backup defensive tackle, and the other one played 2 games on a losing team with the Jets. Like we don't know who these guys are. They're rotational depth pieces that'll be gone in a year or two. Like that's what they are. They're just guys that come in and fill in the blanks. Like they're rotational guys.
And to cover, that defensive tackle had 1 tackle last year.
Yeah, so it's like, dude, chill.
Literally,
I liked him in college, and so the people that said they did like him were either Samoan, Tongan, or Mormon. Those are the DMs I got that actually knew who he was. Like straight up, no bullshit. And then I asked him like, "Hey, who's the Samoan guy?" And I got corrected by TJ. He's like, "That motherfucker." He's like, "That guy's not Samoan. He's Tongan." I was like, "Ah." And we're still trying to figure out why they hate each other. So that's because they're fighting over coconuts.
Oh man, Ian Thomas has 2 jersey sales. I don't know if that's true, but they're probably his parents.
Yeah,
I'm just reading.
You know,
I would love the Raiders trading back. I mean, in this predicament, you need as many picks to fill these holes as you need, and with the 6th pick, and you kind of have to maybe trade back to 15. Should even go 20 if you get a 2nd rounder. Maybe throw in a 5th, 4th rounder involved with it, depending on what they could get.
I think the Ellis signing really hurt us. I think that was probably the most like, oh fuck, like because he's a guy that regardless of how good you think he is, he can play 500 to 600 plays. He can play that Diablo position. He's probably better Diablo is, to be honest. He's bigger, not as fast, obviously, because Diablo is a safety, but he's bigger and he can cover. He's decent enough at covering and protecting the run. And if you ever watch him, like he covered our chain on the wheel route one time and broke up the pass. He's covered wide receivers. He covered Bryce Hall on swing passes. Like, so he can cover. That one really hurt us because now we're like, oh, fuck, we don't have a linebacker. Tommy didn't develop last year. Nope. Both of the Amaris are not starting caliber, and everybody's, oh, they should start this and that. Snowden, I'm like, they're rotational guys. You're going to go in there with a guy that is, low draft pick, undrafted free agent, like, or Tommy Mattinson, and you're going to get ran the fuck over because they don't have the skill set to play 1,000 plays. That's not who they are.
Yeah.
Not saying they can't develop, but it's not there yet.
Yeah.
So if they were that good, they would have played more last year.
Yeah. Amari Gainer had a great preseason last year. I thought he was going to get a lot more snaps, and obviously he didn't. So there's something, there has to be some hole in his play that people see. Maybe he's not the best blitzer. Maybe he's not the best coverage guy. But he does get a lot of, the DT was from Oakland. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, I posted that. You're welcome, guys. Yeah. I was like, you're really from Oakland, though.
Yeah, Eichenberger. Yeah, he's giving me really, what's that one guy we drafted from Clemson? He's giving me those vibes right now. A few years back.
From the 3rd round. But that guy was like a hybrid. Tanner Moose.
Amari Cooper reunion. The longer this waits out, the more I think Amari Cooper will be a Raider.
How old do you think? I was curious. Gainer played 12 snaps last year.
Yeah, and he played real good in the preseason. He was a preseason MVP for those final 2 games.
How old do you think Amari Cooper is? I asked somebody this question. They said
he was drafted in 2016, about 10 years in the league almost. 2016 or 2015, he was drafted. He's probably 31.
He's 30.
30.
He's young still. Young. I never understood. Like people will gas up Hunter Renfrow. They'll gas up all these mid-level players, but you got Amari Cooper, who has his drop issues. Don't get me wrong, but he's had 7,000-yard receiving years. Like he's going to be, by the time he's done with his career, he's going to be probably he's already a top 50. He's going to be a top 40, maybe top 30 wide receiver of yards all time. And people just the Raider fans shit on him left and right. And I'm like, he's better. He's not that bad. Like he just drops the fucking ball too much. Like that's the problem.
He had a major decline these past 2 years. I know because I traded for him in fantasy when he got traded to Buffalo. I was like, maybe he's gonna find himself again, and he is himself.
He didn't mesh with Allen. Allen doesn't really need a really wide receiver one. You saw them get rid of Diggs. He needs slot guys, big bodies. He needs guys that are run routes. I think Cooper is a good wide receiver 2 option. I would be happy because you'd be able to put Jacoby back in the slot, or they would have to decide who are we going to put our best cornerback on, or we can put him on Cooper because Cooper's probably better than a cornerback 2.
Yeah.
And Jacoby's, can roll with cornerback 1s as he did last year. So
Yeah.
it creates mismatches. Him, Keenan Allen, Lockett, they all mesh well with Jacoby. But I think Cooper is the most talented out of the 3 right now.
I agree.
I wouldn't be mad about it. It's just I don't think he's going to come back because he fucking hates us.
He's a real good route runner. He's going to hit you with those slants. He might drop a few, but he's going to burn you on some slants.
He'll drop more than a few. What the fuck?
Yeah, Amari Cooper. I mean, I would welcome a reunion, but we also did ship him off to Dallas at the time. So who knows if he'd come back? I'd rather Keenan Allen. The thing with Keenan Allen with me as a Vito is that he's kind of, I don't know. I don't know.
He's talked shit over the years.
He's talked a lot of shit over the years, and I don't know, man. I feel like he's really lost his step. Like Amari Cooper, yeah, he's lost his step, but Keenan Allen, I feel like he's really lost his step.
He has, and he has work. He's 32, 33.
Yeah.
For me, and this is where I think
got beat out last year by what? Two rookie wide receivers.
Zuzi or whatever the fuck his name is. But yeah, I think this is where a little different. We don't care what team the players played for. Like that doesn't mean anything. The average team on the NFL, like the average career is like 3 years. The average team is like 3 to 4. Like people are rotating players all the time. Like that's part of the NFL. We had 25 free agents this year. Like you're losing 10 to 20 players every year on a consistent basis. Players rotate. It doesn't matter if they played for the Chiefs. Doesn't matter if they played for the Chargers. Sometimes it's funny that they sign people like that, but we get people's leftovers. They get our leftovers. It's a recycling because we think, okay, hey, we can squeeze the last amount of juice out of them. Yeah. So I don't really give a shit where people played. It doesn't really bother me. Keenan Allen's talked shit over the years. That's one of the reasons I don't think he'll come. But he is from Berkeley. He was a Raider fan. Believe it. We all seen the photo. Him in fucking Raider gear in and out. And he got shit talked on him for that.
Yeah. Barbecue. Yeah. Never forget it.
Yeah. So, I mean, Lockett seems the most probable because of the Pete Carroll.
I agree, but Lockett's I like the way Lockett plays because he can play till, you guys are going to hate that I say this right now, but he can play till he's 40 because he catches the ball and falls right down.
Yep.
He does not.
No yak. And he runs a shit ton of outs. That's his thing. He has great situational awareness where he's at, and he does not push it. He's not going to fumble the ball. He's not going to take big hits.
He falls.
Yeah, like Keenan Allen, he'll get you 600-700 yards. Lockett drops the ball way less than both of them, so that would be the other thing.
He's also really small though.
Yeah.
5'10", 6 foot.
Yeah, I think he's littler than that. But this thing, like he was the third wide receiver on the Seahawks this year, so we need a big body, man. We need somebody that's going to help and somebody that can take the top off. Like that's really what we need because we got a slot guy. We got Bowers that can catch anything anywhere. We need a guy that's going to take the defense off the top, and Tucker hasn't done that
yet. Yeah. We have a question here. Do you think Raiders will wait to make more moves post Joan first from Just Reeling?
What fucking moves? Who's left?
Yeah, who's left? And I don't think we have. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm almost positive we have no contracts coming off June 1st.
I think we released it. We might make some moves. They might make some trades post June. So
they might make some contract adjustments too. They might convert some years into guarantees and so on to open up.
We have cap money. Like we're good. What we have, $50 million. Like we're good.
Yeah, a little more.
So I think the post June trades will happen after the draft. I say we're going to nab a couple players depending on the draft. Just because those contracts won't impact the team that they're being traded from as much, they're not going to have to eat as much of that contract. So because of that, they'll be more willing to get rid of them. You could trade future draft picks, things like that for them, maybe swap players, give a guy that's a developmental guy, hey, we're going to give you this in a fucking 7th or 6th for X. So I could really see that happening.
And the Raiders are going to get a lot of undrafted free agents this year. Just because of all the holes, there's gonna be a lot of position battles. So Napa training camp is gonna be fun watching all those position battles unfold and
watch 76 players get cut.
Yeah, they're gonna get a lot of. I have a lot of undrafted free agents this year.
That linebacker number 64, I'm sure he's gonna make the team.
Man, I really feel that they're gonna get a lot of undrafted free agents, and these, all these other, reporters are going to deep dive on them and they're going to get cut the morning of. And
So somebody did say that Tucker had some of the best separation in the NFL. Like he was like a top 30 separation guy. So that is 1000% correct. AOC or Minshew cannot get him the ball. Tucker is a very speedy, I wouldn't say slot wide receiver, but a very speedy wide receiver that can run ins and outs and hit those slants. And our quarterback's can get him the ball. He had a lot of separation last year.
Yeah, Tucker's nice. Wherever he goes, he's probably going to outshine just to prove us wrong.
Every player does that.
Every player does that. And I just hope that, we're throwing out these names. We're throwing out Amari Cooper. We're throwing out Keenan Allen. Obviously, we need help, but, man, I'm tired of being the retirement home for free agents too. We're kind of just stuck in a pickle. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. The draft obviously is going to be huge for the Raiders. I might watch the full draft this year. I never usually do, but man, they're gonna have to make some moves for sure.
Yeah, most definitely.
What do you guys think about the Mayer situation? I think with the Ian Thomas signing, that Mayer is on his way out. I think they possibly have a trade in place to gain more picks. Possibly, he's probably not going to go for what you guys like. He's probably going to go for a 5th, 6th, maybe in a 7th rounder.
Yeah, we're getting out there for him.
We're not going to get much for him, but he's very possible. What's up, Wolfman? I like Matt Collins. If he, he's a little weirdo, but he likes to, be that weird Hawaiian vibe. He's wearing no shoes. I don't know what to call him, but
Matt Collins is hella funny, dude. I don't give a shit what you say.
I wouldn't mind Matt Collins. He's a big dude. He's never really panned out. He's always been a special teams guy. He's never really, he's never really been what's the word I'm looking for. He's never been that guy, He's never been that guy you can trust to, chuck it up and hopefully he gets a catch. He's not going to get you 9-8 receptions a game. Yeah. But he's going to give you some great aura.
Aura 1000.
Aura points are going up.
Yeah, no, he's funny. And the whole Bonnie Rubble and then the fucking whatever for the cook, whatever that monster he was. I can't remember the name.
I can't remember either. Drop some question, guys. It's off season. I think we should try Kyle McCord in the late round. He's gonna be the best arm in the draft. That's a hot take. Milroe looked nice at his little day that he had. Ours threw a bomb earlier too. I don't know if you've seen that.
Who did?
He's a modern day team. Errors.
Oh yeah. It's a thing. Texas quarterbacks don't do good in the NFL. I don't think he's gonna be anything special.
Yeah, Kyle McCord. I haven't watched too much Kyle McCord. I'm gonna be honest with you.
That's the guy from Syracuse.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I haven't watched too much Kyle McCord. I've been doing a lot of research on Milroe. I've been doing a lot of research on Dart. Guys that possibly would take in the 2nd round. I want to say I'm almost positive. Obviously, I'm just a fucking guy talking about the Raiders, but I think Judkins is a top Raider priority with the connection with Chip. Him or Henderson. I think they do want Judkins. That dude looks like a dog too.
I would take Judkins or I would take.
I love Judkins. That dude's a beast.
It doesn't matter to me, to be honest with you. They're all the same to me. They're all. I think they're all going to be good players. They all fit our scheme. They're all fast.
I would love Ashton too. Don't get me wrong. I know I talk shit that we shouldn't take him at 6. I just don't think we need that necessity at 6. That luxury at 6.
Yeah, that is. I would say that is a luxury.
It's a luxury. It is a luxury. I think we draft Will Howard. You know what, man? We might. We've always we see
in the 3rd round. We're gonna take a 3rd round pick on him.
On Howard, I would see so.
When we got too many holes.
I agree with you, but a lot of the teams right now are trying to replicate what they used to back in the day. You see it with a lot of these teams. You saw it with Josh McDaniels trying to make the Raiders the Patriots. You see it right now with the Raiders getting all these Seahawks players. You know what I mean? A lot of people like having their guys, and Will Howard might be one of those guys that they might take a flyer on.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't like Will Howard.
I think it's funny that we have some of the hottest free agents on the market, and we only won like fucking 4 games. So
yeah, being an off-season champion doesn't always relate to wins.
We thought we were going to be off-season champions last year. That didn't work out.
Yeah, thoughts on Cam Scatterboo? I'll let Josh take that one because he's done a lot of Cam Scatterboo research over the past few days.
Not fast enough. Not fast enough. Not fast enough. Not fast enough. Everybody thinks this motherfucker's Derrick Henry. I don't know what else to say.
Is that it?
I mean, he's what, 5'9", 214, 215. Not even that. Is he 5'9"? He's 5'9", right? Because remember, they had him listed at 5'11". I'm like, there ain't no fucking way that dude's 5'11". He's 5'9", 215, and can't run fast. Like, that's gonna translate well. That's he's Peyton Hillis 2.0. Maybe he'll have a cool, have a couple of highlights where he runs somebody over and shit. That's a third cornerback on somebody's roster trying to make a spot. But against professional athletes, like you got linemen that are as fast as him. Defensive linemen that are faster than him. Like, he's gonna get fucked up in the NFL. I think it'll be a short yardage back. Change of pace. I would say I'm gonna say max 700 yards for him in his career.
The Wolfman hit it great right here. Cam is gonna be great in Madden. He will be fucking good in Madden though. He's gonna be running people over.
What's his speed gonna be? 86. I mean,
yeah, but he's gonna have 99 trucking. Oh man, can't wait for the Raider Nation party at Bakersfield. Yeah, me and Josh are talking about attending that as well.
Yeah, I'll be there. I always buy the autographs, so
Yeah, that usually lands around my birthday weekend. So I usually do other shit, but we'll see what happens. Yeah. There's not much Raider news to talk about. I'm gonna be honest with you. Josh officially is not the most annoying Twitter account. There was a poll taken, and he is not the most annoying Twitter account.
I asked that guy why Wi-Fi Willie didn't make it, and he said because Wi-Fi Willie's a Saints fan and he's a Derek Carr stan.
That's valid.
I was like, yeah, I mean, you ain't wrong.
That's valid.
So I was like, Wi-Fi would win in a landslide.
He would. I agree. I think everyone would vote him as well. So if you guys haven't seen, Carolina Raider on X decided to put a bunch of Raider content creators into a poll and vote the most annoying.
Did you win yours yet?
Yeah, I'm out.
Oh, you lost?
Yeah, I lost.
Who did you lose to?
I don't know. I forget. I might have lost to Raider Tank.
Oh, nobody's voting anymore.
I know. Last one had like 600 votes.
Yeah, mine only has 70. None of them have more than 70 votes.
Are we in talks for Kenneth Walker? Negative. They are not. They might have called and say, hey, what do you want for Kenneth? And Seattle probably hung up right away. And that was probably what leaked, but it never got anywhere. So no Kenneth Walker in Vegas. I would love Kenneth Walker. He's coming off a few injuries. They have a powerful 2-back set in Seattle. I don't think Walker's coming.
I'm a little upset. How is Sanjeet winning? I like watching Sanjeet's videos. He's annoying.
People just vote. Trade down in the draft. I agree. GCT, unless we're going to win the Super Bowl this year, we need to draft offensive tackle and defensive tackle. You must be a big boy because I agree too. It's built. Games are won in the trenches.
Yeah. I think we have too many holes. That's the problem. We haven't addressed them. We do need a guard. I don't think Meredith is going to be that guy for us. I think he'll compete, be a rotational guy, but he's not a top 10, top 15 guard. Neither is Parham, too. We thought Parham was going to be a lot better than he is. So unless he takes a step up, that's the thing. We might take a step up this year because we've had shitty coaches with all these rookies. They should put him. They're going to put him in situations. I mean, we fired all of our offensive coordinators. The only thing that stayed constant is our defensive coordinators. So we're going to see what's really going to go on and how these rookies really are based off the good coaching staff.
Yeah.
I think people get confused with that because they think I hate. And sorry, my fucking camera's going to flip out now because of my hands. They think I hate Pete Carroll. I just don't like the fact he's going to be gone in 3 years. Like, it's frustrating. Like, if he was 50, I'd be like, oh, fuck yeah, let's go. But,
he's what, 72?
I don't know, 74.
That's crazy. That is pretty old.
Oh, God. Let me find. I downloaded and edited. Let me see if I can find it.
That is pretty old. Pete Carroll is getting up there in age, but hopefully they have the guy It's crazy. Back in the 80s when Raiders wide receivers were fast, nasty, and a bunch of no names like Doki Williams and Malcolm Burrow and Oak Cliff Branch.
Doki Williams.
That's crazy. That's knowledge right there, Wolfman. That's knowledge.
Doki Williams was number 85.
Yeah, that's knowledge right there. You tell any other Raider fan, you put a picture of Doki Williams out on Twitter, or you take it to a game, I guarantee 10% of people know who he is.
Can you see this? How?
Kind of.
Is it gonna?
What is that?
Shit! Damn it! It's not gonna pop up. Probably not.
It looks like a Raider logo.
Yeah, but it says readers, and he's wearing a reading glasses. I made it for Pete.
Oh, that's funny. We're obviously not going to the Super Bowl this upcoming season, and Pete's a defensive guy. Wouldn't be surprised if we traded up for Carter and got a running back, or go get Chubb and draft.
Chubb's running on no legs.
Yeah, Pete is a defensive guy, but John Spytek likes taking chances on these guys that are past their prime, and they work. He's a very good drafter. I would give Coupon John that. The name of our video today is Coupon John because he is not signing anybody, and that might not be a bad thing, considering these guys are getting highly overpaid. But Coupon John is a great drafter. I mean, he found Bucky Irving super late. He's found some real gems over there. He found that one receiver from Tampa Bay. I forget his damn name right now, but he balled out last year with Baker Mayfield too. So there's positives, man. There's positives. There's a lot of positives. A lot of draft picks. You have the number 6 pick of the draft right now. You can take a day one guy ASAP. You can even trade back and still get a day one guy ASAP, along with a few other picks. Free agencies kind of flew past us. They flew past us real fast. I don't see us getting a lot more guys in free agency. The guy from the Patriots, Ellis, there might be a sign and trade there. I've read. The Raiders beat reporters have teased that it's a possible sign and trade. But Vinny's been wrong a lot this offseason. So I wouldn't fully trust what he's saying. So we'll see what happens. I mean, there's just a lot. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of stuff we don't see as well. Obviously,
these insiders aren't insiders anymore.
Exactly. They keep this shit shut now. So I'm happy we traded for Geno too. He is a massive upgrade. He has not been announced yet, which is very concerning. But yeah, no matter, there's a chance to shit if Darman Arnett. Yeah, that's a wild one right there. Should have just kept Bob. Damon Arnett's a wild one. Fun fact, Damon Arnett lived next to my uncle.
Oh, really?
Yeah. At the time, I don't know what he's doing now. He's probably getting locked up or something, back and forth.
So I did have a couple fun numbers, and this is why I have somebody did talk about this, that we couldn't get our wide receivers the ball. Brock Bowers averaged more separation receiving than Jamar Chase, St. Brown, Malik Neighbors, Justin Jefferson. And then Tucker was right below Jamar Chase in separation. Really think about that. Like that's a lot.
That is a lot. I mean, there's variables to it.
Yeah, there is a lot of variables, but Trey Tucker averages almost 3 yards of separation, and that's on line with people that are wide receiver ones like Devontae Smith, CeeDee Lamb, Neighbors, and then you got some weird stats like Mac Hollins averages a lot of separation because he gets thrown a deep ball. And so, when they have 15 yards of separation, that adds into it. So you need more pass plays from him and more targets, but it is over about his separation. The way they do the tables, it's over 45 targets. Mm-hmm. So it is a big pool because you'll get some weird fucking people that average like 9 yards of separation because they catch a bunch of deep balls.
And with Brock Bowers, I mean, that is surprising considering how many balls he caught and how many yards he did. So that is a very bright side.
So I points out. So like the last year, the leading receiver in separation for like as 45 targets was Marvin Mims, but it was because he only got targeted 50 times and caught 40 of the balls, and so it's like, and he had a lot of yards for 39 receptions. You got to take the thing into consideration.
Yeah, I mean, there's a comment here in the chat that says PFF shows that the Raiders have killed it in the offseason. But PFF is so hard to grade, and I know he's being sarcastic, I hope.
Yeah.
And PFF, I mean, if one guy, he gets, what's the minimum, 40 attempts? If he goes in and just runs a streak on his 40 plays, he's going to have a lot of separation.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of variables that come down to it. Jalen Carter, yeah, there's a guy who mentioned we passed up on Jalen Carter. I want to touch on this a little bit too. I think this is the reason why we also passed on Stephon Diggs recently, is that there's a lot of off-field issues, and Vegas is trying to get away from that.
Yeah.
Obviously, the whole disaster that happened with their draft class in 2020. Wilson has been a huge disappointment, but I'm not mad the way the Raiders directed themselves. They're trying to get away from these off-season issues that they constantly have.
Yeah, and you see that. I mean, that's why we didn't get Carter, because he had those issues. Not Carter. Oh my God, brain fart. The guy from, is it Carter? Philly. There you go. God, I was getting him and Abdul mixed up for some reason. Too many damn players to memorize. But you saw like people that had issues, they just didn't want to draft him. So I think Jack Jones is the last of those reclamation projects.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm not being sarcastic, and he called us girls. PFF is just a hard thing to grade. I wasn't trying to bash. Just because there's so many. If a guy has 800 targets, for example, I mean, I know that's outrageous, but he's gonna have a lower separation than a guy who had 45, which is the minimum. I mean, there's basic statistics.
Yeah, there's tight ends that have more separation than Ja'Marr Chase. So it's like you have to take everything into account because the situations they're put in, how they manage their plays, that kind of shit. So you kind of got to just be aware of that. That PFF, if PFF is your Bible, I say this in the nicest way. If PFF is your Bible, you're going to be wrong about a lot. You have to account for a lot of other things too, because somebody like Bennett didn't give up many passes last year, right? Didn't, like, what his completion percentage was, like 50% or something against them, like extremely low. But his PFF score was low because he gave up a lot of yards per catch or something along those lines.
Yeah.
I'd have to look it up again. But yeah, so, and you'll have somebody that has a higher PFF, like Stokes had a higher PFF than Bennett, I think. But is Stokes better? No, not even close.
Well, so, a good way to put PFF is, I can't even name the guy that we signed at linebacker, but people were comparing him to Robert Spillane. Yeah. But Robert Spillane had 750 snaps last year, and this guy had 166. And they had the same.
And he can't cover. He can't cover. That's the problem.
And they had the same PFF score. I mean, realistically, Spillane's a lot better, and it's just PFF's just so hard to grade. So, ChatGPT has us winning the Super Bowl in 2038. Man, if you told me we win the Super Bowl in 2038, I'd probably be happy.
I'd be happy.
I'd be happy with that, man. I'd be happy with that. Ruggs set us back. Yeah, he did. He did. Terrible decision. We'll see what happens. I wonder if a team takes a flyer on him like someone did Dante Starworth back in the day. Dante Starworth had a very similar incident, and he went and played in the Super Bowl with the Eagles. Patriots or Eagles? Someone fact checked me on that. He played with someone in the Super Bowl, though, and he had a similar incident to Ruggs back in the day. But with social media being out there, there's obviously video footage of what Ruggs did. I think it'd be a little harder for him to get back into the NFL. Starworth, there was no footage. It was kind of back in the day. People kind of let it sweep under the rug. Dante Starworth.
Didn't he get did he get involuntary manslaughter or something like that?
Similar situation as Ruggs, yeah. It's manslaughter. And he ended up playing in the Super Bowl a few years later. He did his time, came out, but there was no video. Ruggs, there's a video out there, so it might be a little more.
Ruggs got more time too.
Kind of like a Ray Rice situation. That video out there is kind of bad. When there's video, I mean, you relate to it a little more.
I got shit for talking about Ray Rice. That was back in the day. Got a lot of shit for that. No, I like, so like, if you really want to talk about it, like with Ruggs, I fully believe, regardless of what he did, if you are found guilty, you pay your price to society, you should be able to work again. That he has, I don't know what skills he has, but I'm assuming he went to Alabama. He probably has no educational skills. I don't know what a Bama degree is going to do for you. You can spell cat. I mean, what the fuck are you gonna do with that? But yeah, I think he has every right to be back in the NFL, and I wouldn't be mad if a team signed him. I'm like, hey, he's a man that wants to provide for himself, his family, let him back in, do a huge PR campaign, make him pay whatever civil penalties he has to that family, and he can work it off for the rest of his life,
Yeah.
So
I'm on the same boat as you. I agree with that. I agree with that.
So I think he'll be back. Somebody's gonna take a chance. He's gonna come out and run like a fucking 4.2 40, and somebody's like, shit. They're like, we need him.
He's gonna come out with less than 1% of body fat, and people are like, what the hell?
All them prison muscles, just doing push-ups and calisthenics with his bunkmate. What jail is he in? I don't even looked it up for prison.
I think he's at Clark County still.
Oh, really?
I think so. I think he's at Clark County.
I
could be wrong. I could be 100% wrong. I want to say he's at Clark County.
I'll try to get a pen pal.
Yeah. First podcast guest. I agree with you, though. I mean, if he serves his time, I mean, shit, bring him back. Not bring him back to us, but maybe he can go somewhere. He can be a big campaign. He did his time. Prison's supposed to be rehabilitation. It's not supposed to be the end of your life.
Yeah.
So.
Going to run a 4.2 in prison. But I mean, Clark County football team is probably the best, probably winning the prison championships right now.
Yeah. So we'll see. You guys got any more questions? We're kind of coming to our time. There's not much to talk about. It's the off season. We're kind of just having fun.
Kind of have fun. There's nothing going on until April. We got 2-3 weeks of funness, and then April's going to be popping once we draft.
He's serving his sentence at Stewart Conservation Camp in northern Nevada.
Sounds like a honor farm.
Which houses minimum custody and community trustee.
Oh, sounds fun. There used to be an honor farm out over here, and they turned it into a camp for kids with terminal.
Yeah, I think there's still one in close to Visalia.
Yeah.
I think there's still one out there.
You just hang out. There's no walls. You run off, you go to prison. So people are like, oh, I'm just
it says he has a job. He's making $250 an hour right now. He's considered a community trustee. He's working for government offices, making $250 an hour, whatever that means. Grounds work, parks and recreation, and governor's mansion, which includes cleaning, groundwork, and help with events. So he's assigned to the governor's mansion. Henry Ruggs. Summer camp.
That's $2.50.
It's all good, GCT. We didn't want to be rude about it either. He said sorry about the comment.
What did he say?
The GCT in the IG chat. It's all good, bro. That's $2.50. Yeah, he's making $2.50 an hour right now.
Oh my god, that's funny.
I don't think the Raiders have an open practice again. I guarantee they have an open practice. They're still trying to build the Nevada fan base. I think it did really well last year. I'm almost positive they'll have an open practice at the stadium, just probably 1 or 2 days, just like they did. I don't know if Josh has heard anything. He's a little more connected.
No, I haven't heard shit, and I bother everybody. But
I do think
they should have open practices. Let us see it. But camp. If you guys never been to camp in Napa, it is more people than
LA.
Yeah, LA. Usually they'll have a whole sideline depending on what time it is and where the sun's at. They keep you in the uncovered area most of the time, but you will have 300 to 500 people there. They will tell people to come up and sign autographs. People will come take photos. With Napa, because it is California, a lot of the old-time players go because there's a hotel to stay. So everybody's congregated in one area, which is really cool. So it's not like everybody's spread out all over Vegas.
Yeah, I think Vegas will have an open practice. They're still trying to build that fan base over there. So they have to do, a lot more community events in Vegas and stuff. And if any of you guys are in Vegas, let us know. I mean, whatever events happen. I know they did a lot of like car dealerships the first 2 years. I know Crosby had a ton of car dealerships. How do I get tickets for that? Napa. I would look at your local Facebook group, pop into your Facebook group, and you type in Raider Nation Facebook group and just pop in one. They're selling them all the time. How are we doing, Jay? Just Raiders. We started a little early today. We're trying something new. We didn't promote it at all. And
I was like, fuck it.
Yeah, we started at 7-ish today just to see, maybe we're trying to cater maybe to some East Coast fans that maybe never watched us before, because East Coast obviously 11 o'clock they might be in bed. It's a Tuesday. Um, so we're trying to cater a little more, trying to see, maybe experiment and see what works the best. We might go back to 8, we might stay at 7, so we'll see what's up.
I
We'll
was
see
I
what's
was
up.
looking up the RAS score. Oh my god, where'd it go? God damn it. The guy from Miami scored an RAS of 2. You know what the RAS is or no?
No clue.
It's the relative athletic score. It kind of shows you what your athleticism is compared to all the other players.
Mhm.
So yeah, he scored a 2.9 out of 10. Most good athletes at their position score like an 8 or 9. 7's pretty average. So like Jack Jones has an RAS of like 2 or 3. Somebody like Chin has like 7 or 8. Paul Moss 7, 8. Bennett's like a 9. It's just basically their athletic ability based off their dexterity, their cone time, their 40, their top speeds, things like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's purely athletic ability. But what it is that athletic ability a lot of times translates because you need certain scores and certain abilities at certain positions to be productive in the NFL. There's always outliers, but Bill Belichick talks about it, and it makes a great point that there's certain things you look for. It's like, hey, I have a checklist for every position. If you don't meet that, I don't draft you. He's like, there is
Mhm.
circumstances where I do it, but very often, nope. And
I seen that. Actually, I did see
yeah,
that recently. And his
yeah,
biggest one that he would go against is weight, which
yeah.
is crazy. He would draft people overweight that have a high RA. I seen that.
Yeah.
And that
And
would
he,
have
he
a high
talked about like
score. And he
weight.
would,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Cornerback was 6 foot, 4'5", good at tackling. He's like, and if you didn't meet that, I wouldn't even look at you. And I
yeah,
was like,
I did see that.
I mean, because a cornerback is running, if he runs a 4'6" and he's out there trying to cover 4'3" guys, you're fucked.
Yeah,
Unless you're a really good, like, athletic, physical corner, like, you're going to get burnt in man coverage.
yeah, I did see that. There was a podcast that popped up, and he was talking about how Bill made him drop like 30 pounds. He goes, Bill, I've never fucking been this in my life. And they're like, what'd you do? He goes, I was a rookie. He goes, I dropped it. And he goes, did you play better? He goes, yeah, Bill knows something.
Bill, I mean, obviously, Bill knows something. You seen his girlfriend? Gee, he knows
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. Raiders sporting blackout uniforms this season. That has been the rumor, right?
They're not going to do it.
Well, they're gonna have that. They're saying that when they play rivals, that they're gonna have a different jersey. That's what the NFL's saying right now.
Ooh,
I don't know if you've seen that. I could probably find it real fast.
I'm Googling it.
When they play division rivals. That they've talked about it. We're both looking it up. Sorry. I'm trying to find it on Twitter.
I just saw that they were the rumor, but
Yeah, I seen the rumor. They were talking about like a city edition jersey or something like that, along those lines. You know, Raider fans, while Josh looks for that, Raider fans are so funny because I posted a few mock-ups back in the day when the Raiders first moved to Vegas on my Twitter, Raiders AQ, with like the gold trim, kind of like when they moved to Oakland, when they were Oakland Raiders back in the 60s, you know, they had the gold trim on their jerseys. And I was like, you know, gold goes with Vegas, and I got so much shit talked to me. It was
dude, so
insane.
I have over on my left side of my wall, I have a Jim Otto and a Flores original jersey sign,
Original.
and I still wear those. They look like Steeler jerseys. And I posted one day, I posted me wearing it. Somebody's like, why is that fucking Raider jersey ugly as shit? Why'd you get one custom made? I'm like, these are our original colors. We're colors for 3 fucking years, dude. And I was like, this is what the board decided and had us wear until 63. I was like, what the fuck you mean these are ugly? Like, these are the original throwbacks. So that's fucking stupid, and they're hella ugly, da da da. And I was like, God damn, hey, guy had no idea what I was wearing. And I was like, you should know the history. You know, they used to have their first and last name. So like Tom Flores said Tom Flores on the back. Jim Otto said Jim Otto on the back. It had their full names too. So you can still buy those here and there if you find them through some of the there you go. Yeah, it's Jim Otto. You can still find them here and there through some of the vintage sites that make them. They make like flannel ones. But yeah, they're cool. It's
They're
different.
very cool. But I posted kind of a a modern day mock up of this jersey, and people talk fucking enormous amounts of shit. But it would be cool. I mean, obviously the Vegas Golden Knights are in Vegas. I know there's probably a lot of Sharks fans, obviously with Oakland Raiders, so on, so on. But you kind of got to connect.
I don't think the Raiders will have a. That's the thing until Mark's gone. So Mark's going to hold on to his dad's legacy, and his dad Al never wanted to change any of the jerseys. So
Yeah,
he always wanted to hold on to the original. So I don't think it's going to change anytime soon. At the very most, I mean, we got a color rush one year. That's it. You know,
and the color rush was just an old school AFL throwback.
Yeah, it's just the AFL jersey. It's all it is. That's all it is. And they had the same logo. So I don't even think they're going to do the AFL throwbacks. They don't change their jerseys.
No,
everybody's been wanting an all black uniform for fucking ever, and they haven't delivered. The internet would blow up. Like it would blow up.
It would. Here, like this one's tight. Designed by Franco. I'm going to share this. This is kind of like a mock-up that I had posted back in the day. This is obviously way back when. But, just the modern day AFL throwback. But it'll never happen. I'm just messing around. It'll never happen. Never happen. But I think that's I think we're good for the day.
Yep, we're good. So we'll be back next week. We'll try the 7 p.m.
What do you guys like? If you guys like 7 or 8 better, let us know.
Damn us. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, let us know. So we appreciate y'all. Give us a follow. QX Goat on YouTube, the Goat 209 on IG and X, and I'm Raider AQ on Instagram and Twitter. X. Cool. Love y'all guys.
Go Raiders.